Hey everybody, welcome. It's 2019. This is one of the first episodes of the year, and we are very happy to start today right after the announcement of a new crop of VMware CTO Ambassadors. So, what exactly does that mean? I'm joined today by Jodi Shely at I'm gonna butcher that, Retal WS on Twitter. Who's a great person that is involved heavily with a lot of the VMware CTO initiatives, as well as VMUG and other vCommunity things. So we will we'll give Jodi a chance to introduce herself. But just before we do that, just some quick notes that we put in every show. We want you to get in on the conversation. These are all our Twitter handles. We are in US, Latin America, EMEA, Brazil. We all share the same hashtag vBrownBag hashtag. And we are kicking off, I believe the EMEA channel has already started doing a Google Cloud certification. The Latin channel, I think one of the first things that we'll do, apart from some cloud native, we're going to start pursuing like a complete study guide for one of the Linux certifications. So lastly, I'm your host, Ariel Sanchez. Surprise, surprise, I was just nominated CTO Ambassador, so that's how this conversation started, and it ended up being that we have this presentation. But a lot of people reach out and said, that's cool, but what is it exactly? So that's why we have this recording today. I am now going to change presenter to Jodi and let her take the floor. And Jodi, just so you know, you are muted right now.
Thank you, Ariel, so much, and thanks for having me on. I know I've been trying to get on from bugging you for a while, so I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity today.
No problem.
Can you see my screen okay? Just the one screen?
Yes, it looks perfect. That's a very nice
awesome picture. Thanks. So I'm not going to bug everybody with PowerPoint, but I just actually put this up so we'd have something to talk about and we could open it up to the whole community as well. So I'll just give a brief introduction on who I am. My name is Jodi Shely. I've been at VMware for almost 7 years. I'm a principal TAM in the Office of the CTO Global Field. And what does that mean? So we have different levels at VMware based on your ranking moving up in the technology world. And principal TAM is just underneath chief technologist, which most of you may know a few of our super popular chief technologists, which are Duncan and Amanda Blevins and others of the like, Cormac. And so now I'm principal just underneath that rank. So what that gets me, what that helps me be a part of is the Office of the CTO Global Field, which Chris Wolf directly leads along with the other CTOs that we have. And alongside that, in this program, we have now the CTO Industry Global Program, and that's what the CTO Ambassador Program is a part of. And so along with that, I'm on the CTO Office of the CTO Advisory Board, which helps review all of the candidates that come in from the CTO Ambassador Program each year. I've been on the advisory board for 2 years now, so it's been pretty awesome. And then along with that, we not only review the CTO Ambassador Program initiatives and work streams, but we also review all of the new applicants and all of the other initiatives that run underneath this program. So it's pretty interesting. I'm really excited to be here today and tell you all about the program. I don't have very many slides because, I'm open for Q&A and what that means for you and the community and how we can help bring your community involvement and help accelerate, the technology and leadership vision that we have at VMware back into VMware. And with Ariel being having a huge community outreach, we're really excited to have him to be a part of the program. All right, so I'll just go on.
Yeah.
So what is the Ambassador Program? So basically our mission is, it's strongly aligned with the Office of the CTO or the CTOs themselves. Our goal is to drive thought leadership and accelerate the technology leadership. Like I said, we do this through community involvement. We focus on the outcomes, whether it's community customer and being connected to all the customers in the community, and drive that information back into the business units and to our R&D programs. We disseminate the information from the Office of the CTO and share it with the R&D program and fields, and then we bring that information back and forth to community, so which is that's how we help drive each one of our products. Our other goals are to aggregate, distill, and bring that feedback in, not only just from the customers, but from our partners as well, and to help drive the strategy and vision along with what they're doing and help drive bigger customer outcomes. And along with that, on the other side, we also like to help to develop and grow our technical talent in the field, as well as maintain the community's outreach so we can help facilitate and get all the communities involved with the feedback and bring all that information back into R&D. So just to give you a high level of who's involved and why it's important to be a part of the ambassador program. So the ambassador program is only made up of around 200 people. Of the 200 people, 45 of those people are principals and fellows and chief technologists. And the other part are CTO ambassadors, which are geo spread. So APJ, EMEA, and US all represent various regions, which is why we have the various CTOs. We have Joe Bagley, who represents EMEA. We have Bruce Davey, who represents our APJ region, and then Cameron Haight, who facilitates the Americas. Along with that, Chris Wolf helps direct and run the program, and then we all boil that up to Rajiv and Rayo Farrell and Pat. So this group gets to directly report, talk to, and have access not only to our CTOs, but all of the R&D program as a whole and globally at VMware, which is a big deal, because if you're a customer and you really want to know somebody who can help get your pains, your daily pains that you don't appreciate, things that aren't working right in the products, or things that just really bug you, the Ariels and myself, those are the people that you can now reach out to get that information and bring it back in. And it's not just fluff. I mean, we really do drive innovation and technology leadership, and we're really looking forward to reaching out to this community more and more and more each year. So again, it's an important part to be a part of the program. We're really excited to have Ariel join us this year.
And one thing that I didn't know about it until I applied was that tech marketing people are not allowed to be in the program. It has to be field and customer facing employees.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's actually a good point. So it has to be customer facing employees. You cannot be a part of the business unit or technical marketing at all. And you can also be in if you're a manager. So we do limit it to actually field-facing people that are actually out in the field talking to the customers. That's a good point. Any other questions around that from the field? Or I know I've been talking for a second, but does anybody have any open questions wondering about this program? And
I think I'll pepper in some things, but I'll let people think of some questions. We don't have any questions right now.
Perfect. So some of the things that have happened out of the Office of the CTO and the CTO Ambassador Program, these are the power of the initiative. So the people that are part of this program are allowed to have access to R&D and CTOs that they wouldn't normally get access to. And a part of that is a couple of things have come out of that over the last couple of years. We have now the CTAB, which some of you may or may not be a part of. Your companies may or may not be a part of the Customer Technical Advisory Board, but it started as a C2A initiative. And then it became a technical advisory board. It started in EMEA, then it went to APJ, and now we have hundreds of customers directly engaged with our BUs, reaching out, telling us what they do and don't like about the product and how to change the feature functionality and the vision of what we're doing with our products. Another important thing that was announced, in 2017 at VMworld, we went into the whole serverless computing. We have Pontus Ryden to thank for that, being a part of the CTO AA program, and then now he's a field principal. He has also evolved the idea with Chris, prototyped it in development with access to our R&D, and then it became an option to go to the Innovation Council, and then so on to Radio, which is our internal developer conference, and then went on to be adopted by the BU. So those are things that you get access to when you're a part of our CTO Ambassador Program, or have outreach into people that are have access to the CTO Ambassador Program.
So
just a quick
two things that I immediately after joining VMware I realized was that this was a way. I mean, VMware is not a huge company, but it is a big company. But being part of this group really opens up a lot of doors and a lot of I would say fast tracks into being able to talk to people that are really on the edge of things that are coming in. We had a question: what are BUs? So this is a lot of internal, and this is the ambassador office of the CTO, and everything we're talking about here. It is VMware internal. BU is business unit, And when we're talking about BUs, we're talking like the NSBU, Network and Security Business Unit, or the SABU, Storage and Availability Business Unit. So when we're thinking of tech marketing, we're thinking of specialists, very much so they are contained within a business unit, and that business unit basically acts by itself. And you'll find that they will do things differently in order to be more agile. But in the end, everything is one VMware. So I'll let Jodi continue here, but it definitely is a very exclusive program. And what the reason why I applied was because I really enjoy the community. I really enjoy being part of the, and I think Jodi fits into this category as well. You know, being a connector or a super connector between people. So when I heard that, I thought to myself, I can help. You know, especially because I meet so many people at VMugs or over Twitter that maybe sometimes they have a really good question and I have no idea who to go to. And if it was my 10 customer, I can probably go through my internal channels. But the cool part about the being an ambassador of the CTO is that you're giving also a public platform that you can actually talk to almost anyone about VMware's initiatives. And I'll let you continue, Jodi. Sorry for stopping you there.
Oh no. That's the whole thing. Getting into the program and getting access to a lot of the people, a lot of things really brings more to you, and being a community outreach, helps drive some of these questions. I think I've seen one. He says, do the BUs compete internally like they do at places like Cisco? Actually, no, they don't have to compete internally, because we have another process that's part of the Office of the CTO industry program, and that's called interlocks. And so we get together. I'm also part of the interlock team. We get together on a quarterly basis, all of our business units, and have a lead, or either a VP or GM that lead each business unit. And then we talk quarterly on strategy and roadmap, and also qualitative and quantitative data that brings feedback back into the business units and research and development that we gather from the field. So we actually have a process where we talk internally on a quarterly basis that's led by Chris Wolf, and then not all, but 9 global field principals. And I'm one of those principals. I lead our CSPBU, which is our Cloud Services Platform Business Unit interlock. So I'm highly involved in our discussions between each of our business units, as well as all the other CTO communications that happen in the program level.
Very cool.
Awesome. So I'll just go on. I just showed the initiatives that we have, and I'll just scoot along. I'm not going to really talk to this slide, but one of the things, the benefit, like I said, is we get relationships. Getting access to the program gets the people that are in the ambassador program access to the software business units. It also helps build personal development, so it gives you an opportunity to interact with people that you wouldn't normally interact with, given that you get to go to a conference every year and you're part of other internal calls that are not privy to the rest of the community externally, and only a limited amount of people in the internal VMware community. And then also career development, giving you access to CTOs, and also learning what other people are doing, allowing you to appreciate what they do daily in their roles. So it's kind of awesome both ways, allowing you to have community outreach as well as community, in reach with each one of your coworkers that you wouldn't normally even know what they do on a daily basis. And then lastly,
one thing that you put in there, radio. A lot of people don't know that radio is VMware's R&D conference.
Yes.
I knew about it because William Lamb or other people would send pictures from when they attended radio. They would always come back and say, my God, the level of innovation that VMware has, in store for the future is amazing. And so you always like, man, I talked because I was a customer once, and I was a customer for many years, reading through William Lamb's blog and his Twitter feed. And I was like, okay, if I ever get to work for VMware, I definitely would love to go to radio, because everybody says it's amazing.
You do not want to miss radio. I'll be honest. I mean, we learn a lot in our daily jobs, and we all do a lot in our community, and all the people that are involved and actively participating in all of our community efforts to learn more and know more about everything that we have to learn. radio is astounding. You show up there and it's the best and the brightest. It's highly competitive to get in and get an abstract accepted at VMware. And then if you do, they have one board and one table to present their ideas. And then those ideas are voted on by the best and the brightest and the highest levels at VMware. And then those things usually become products, or they become features or functionalities or even new things that VMware takes advantage of. And another idea or example of that would be if you guys visit our Flings website. A lot of those Fling engineers are just that. There are R&D engineers coming up with ideas to change and innovation in our products. And when they get voted on after radio, they get put out there usually as Flings. And those things, as you know, usually become part of products that we run, yes, that we have. So the innovation that comes out of radio is enormous. And the people that submit and get abstracts accepted are just amazing. They have super fantastic ideas that are just very innovative and pushing the envelope on what you think or what you thought you knew about a certain product or the way that it could act, or even new development ideas. It's really amazing to attend that conference. And you, Ariel, do get to attend that conference 1 out of 2 years, unless you get an abstract that's accepted, and then you get to go both years.
Oh, there you go. I got the tip. I know the trick now.
Yeah.
And just a lot of people don't notice that. And I went to a career fair right here in Pittsburgh to Carnegie Mellon representing VMware. There are so many developers inside VMware, in the Austin office, in Palo Alto, all over the world. And we don't really see them a lot as part of the V community because we're more focused on the product managers, the technical marketing people, the specialists. But VMware is, half and half. They have this amazing developer program and organization. And then they have all of this support business or the business units supporting the developers' work. And, there's developers that are working on something for 2 years and you don't see it until it's finally announced as a new product. So being able to see both sides of VMware in a manner that wouldn't be available to a TAM or an SC, that I think is a very nice perk of the Office of the CTO Ambassador program.
So I'll throw it out there too, as part of the communications team, and as Ariel noted in the beginning, I've been a V expert for 8 years, hopefully to get my 9 years. I put my application in, but I've also been a VMUG leader and been heavily involved in the VMUG community. I do a lot with the VMUG abstracts and the VMUG task force. I'm on those 2 programs internally at VMware. So if you submit an abstract for VMUG via a webinar or part of a VMUG, I usually review those abstracts for technical acumen as well as partner collaboration and etc. But also as a part of that, you can submit not only just the radio stuff, but you can submit to be a part of these active sessions. So when you come in, Ariel, I think one of the things I'd like to see is you join the communications team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And help in a lot of other ways, because I'd like to get feedback from this field. I know you have an awesome audience in the vBrownBag audience, so I'm really excited to see these 2 things merge in social media and become bigger and better.
Oh yeah, I will love that. And I think vBrownBag is meant to be for the community, by the community. And I really think that a lot of the people that may be in, an ambassador to the Office of the CTO or field generals, field principals, a lot of them, sometimes they just want to be able to talk to technical people and explain new things. And as long as we can deliver it in a technical manner, vBrownBag will be happy to host it. So a lot of the people that attend vBrownBags, they would get a lot from these programs.
I'd like to also see, I host the VMUG Advantage program, if you're a part of that. Mm-hmm. I host engineer. So the engineers that go on our Flings, we usually have those engineers come and host demos and live Q&A on those Flings to the VMUG Advantage community. So maybe that's something we could bring to the vBrownBag community as well, as having those engineers present and have the community ask questions about their Flings and or even offer suggestions. We could do it either way.
Imagine that. We're already cooking here. I like it. I mean, you know, for example, the Flash client has been such a hot topic, and I'm sure, especially there's people that join vBrownBag every week. Shout out to Graham Mitchell, that they really are very technical. So hosting things like this, they would just eat it up, I'm sure.
It would be great. So I can help with that, and they love to speak, and especially at this time at night, because it kind of goes half and half. It's either really early West Coast or it's really late because we're accommodating for the China and Indian time zones. So either way, they would be very excited to probably come and talk to this environment and this community and really get their feedback on some of the stuff that's boiling. And we could probably share, up to a certain limit of stuff that they'd like to get feedback on. So it'd be very interesting.
All right. Well, let me get you back to the presentation.
Oh, yeah. So I just put up the expectations slide. I guess you guys don't really need to read all of the expectations that they have. But just so you know, the reason that the program is so important is because VMware really does mandate the CTO ambassadors to put a slice of their time to help drive the innovation and the different work streams that I'd shown earlier and be a part of the initiatives and really put effort in. It's really hard to get into this program. It's a very, the number is capped at a certain amount of people. And we're really excited for the new members that are coming in this year, as well as the people that, that will come behind and drive the innovation. But we do have a structured, innovative program that we're really looking forward to, driving and creating more, and maybe coming to this, this forum here will help us develop and bring more of that information back. And just one last shout out, if you guys didn't know, on the VMUG website, on the main website, on the bottom page on the right-hand side, there's what's called a feedback form. That feedback form feeds directly back into one of our initiatives, the CTOA Communications VMUG initiative. And if you have complaints or changes that you'd like to see to the products, we'd really like to get your feedback. And if you want to be constructive. Don't just be a complainer, but give constructive feedback on how we can actually change things on our products. And we will honestly take that and push it through and tweet out what we hear and our status on that. So please get involved and definitely reach out and utilize that feedback form, or reach directly out to myself or Ariel as well, and we can bring that feedback to the right people. So thank you very, very much for allowing me to speak to you guys today. I'm very excited to be here. I was a little nervous, so sorry if I was talking very fast. So thank you again. No,
this is a really cool crowd. I don't know if you want to open up a browser and maybe show them where that is on the VMware website.
That would be fantastic, yes. Can you still see this?
Yeah, are these your kids?
They are. Oh, yes, they are.
They're beautiful.
So I'll give you a quick, why I'm bringing up the VMUG forum. My oldest, Nathan on the right, he is my most jinxed kid. He's awesome. He's had cancer. He's 12 years, 11 years and a half, 10 and a half years in remission. He's gotten bit on the face by a dog, maced in the face, and recently had braces and they were stuck to his face. So he's convinced that he is jinxed.
Well, that'll just make him tougher when he grows up.
That's what I told him. I was like,
he can tell the girls, I fought a dog and a bear.
Yeah. So this is the VMUG website right here. The feedback form that I was referring to is right here. You do have to be a VMUG member, and you just basically provide your feedback, sign in, and here's the form. And the reason that we want you to sign in is because we want to make sure that it's not botted or anything like that, and that we actually can contact you. So if you'd like to put your contact information, or if you'd just like to provide constructive feedback or feedback on a feature functionality. And we mean it by, if you log into vSphere every day and X bothers you, or you're wanting to know why it's harder to migrate on a VSS versus a VDS, or why hybrid vMotion takes X amount of time. Any of that information we want to hear from you, and take that information back into our research and development and to our CTO ambassador leads and business units, and really get you information and drive innovation. So that's why I'm part of the program. That's why I'm really excited to be on vBrownBag today and be a part of the community. So thank you again for letting me come on today.
No, and that is so cool, because especially when people, they think that it may not matter, But when they meet someone like you who is involved with all these things, trying to make things better, they realize that there is an actual human, checking things, and this human is actually very capable, and they can actually bring it all the way to the top. So, yep, I'm gonna tweet that link out immediately, and maybe tell us a bit more. We didn't give you a good intro, but if you go to your Twitter page, I sent out a tweet out with your bio. Your bio is amazing. So tell us a little bit more about what other things you do, because I think it's only fair to put a little spotlight on how amazing all of this work that you do is.
Oh, thank you, Ariel. You're too kind. Like I said, I've been at VMware for a long time, but I've always been passionate about the VMUG community before I came on. I was an Omaha VMUG leader for 4.5 years. And then I went on to establish with the VMUG team, the VMUG headquarters, the board of directors, which you guys are all now familiar with. VMUG headquarters, Brad Tompkins is the CEO. Ben was the previous president, and now Steve's taking over. I'm very close with the VMUG headquarters team. I'm a strong liaison on the VMUG tactical team as well as the task force. And at VMware, so I'm a dedicated TAM. I cover one account now, or one and a tiny one, and then I also do 25% of my time in the office of the CTO. And with that, like I said, I get really excited. I get to do stuff with our interlocks. I get to run our communications work stream, which I have 4 different initiatives which are under that work stream, which is our product one-pagers, and they represent, we try to take all of our most important products and boil it down into one page so it's easy to consume for the community to understand, like a product value page. So that initiative is being run by Tom Scanlon, and then we have our newsletter page, or our newsletter initiative, which communicates all of our CTO ambassador and Office of the CTO global field communications out to all of our VMware internal employees. Along with that, I run the Vault page, which is our internal social cast type communications page, which allows all the VMware internal employees to learn more about our VMware program. And then under that is our security, which anything that's coming in security, which is now becoming more and more a bigger list, anything that's coming in our security and needs to be fixed via GSS, which is our global services, support services. Anything that comes into there comes under our security initiative, and we try to drive those initiatives. So I'm just really passionate about everything that we do at VMware. I always have been before I came here, in the community as well. I'm always involved in VMUG stuff. I'm like, pro VMUG everything. So you'll probably always see me there. I try to present as much as I can out there, and just haven't had a chance in the last year.
And that's how I met you. The way that I met you was through VMUG, through Twitter. I started working at VMware, never really had to talk to you internally until this came out, and I reached out to you. Hey, I was looking at this. Do you think you can help me with the application? Having no idea that you actually had it. We're involved in so many committees and selection parts. So, it's fair to put a spotlight on you so people in the V community know about you. And I think you'll get more Twitter followers and people asking you things now. Thanks, Ariel.
No. Thank you. I feel you and I are very the same. I really like the community. I really like to promote what we're doing. I'm really a huge advocate on if something's broken or it's not working the way it should, let's figure out how to fix it. Like I said, constructive feedback, not just complaining. And I love to listen and share. I'm still in the path. I'm not ever going to be the smartest person in the room. When I stand up in front of the ambassador program, you'll learn, Ariel, when you come in there, there's so many wicked smart people that just, are just bring so much to the community, as well as everybody listening on this program. I mean, you guys are all, wicked smart, and I just think that we all feed off each other, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to give everybody here one last chance to type in a question or raise your hand, and I can open up the microphone if you want. I hope that you've learned something today.
I can ask a question.
Go for it.
Have you ever seen so many notifications from a single post as much as your post about you joining the CTOA? I've never seen
Thank you, man.
So this is our shadow panelist, Niran Event Chen, that was sitting in there in the background. Niran, introduce yourself, please.
What?
Introduce yourself, please, because we didn't get a chance to introduce you in the beginning.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Yes. Hey, guys. Niran Event Chen. I'm part of the CTOA with Jodi. Wonderful Jodi. And an SE focused on NSX and containers. That's basically what I do.
Okay. And what was your comment?
So you put a post that you joined the CTO Ambassadors, right? And you tagged me and Jodi.
Oh yeah, and there was like 150 likes. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize that it was going to be so popular. Your
It went viral in like 30 seconds.
No, that was really cool by everybody saying congratulations, right? So I appreciate it a lot.
What's going on? Fire? So I've listened to. Hello, you guys are there?
We are here. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I've listened to the call. I've missed like the first 15 minutes because I wasn't in the room. But I didn't know you were a VMUG leader, Jodi. That's wonderful.
I was, yeah. I led the Omaha VMUG for 4 years, and then on the regional steering committee for the Kansas City VMUG for a couple of years. I helped form our first regional VMUG there, and then yeah, I've been a part of that community forever. I jumped over and spoke at St. Louis and Denver and been a couple other places as well. So, you know.
Nice.
Just like you're everywhere.
It's super amazing because you see people like going from customer to VMUG leader to jump into a VAR or VMware, and then little by little it's either tech marketing or they do something. You know, it's people that want to help and that also have no shame in getting in front of others. They naturally get together and they find each other, right? Doing this kind of thing. So it's really fun.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, it's been awesome. I get to meet awesome people like you two, hang out.
Yeah.
Love our job.
All right, last chance, or we'll close this up. I don't know if Al or Joey wants to ask this question right now. If not, you can just send out a tweet with hashtag #vBrownBag, and we'll get to it. Now you know we'll put this recording up there. You'll have time to read the slides, especially if you're inside VMware. Again, the CTO Ambassador program is only for VMware employees. But if you want to find more information about it, you know how to reach us, either publicly through Twitter or internally, right? So I really appreciate everybody today. Jodi, thanks so much for this excellent introduction to what the CTO Ambassador is. And thank you, Niran, for being with us as well.
Thank you.
All right, everybody.
Can't wait to see you in February in the CTOA. That's going to be really awesome.
Very excited.
I am very excited about that. Like, I remember when you joined VMware, and now you're part of the CTO Ambassadors, and with your skills, with your community skills and your communication skill, and your hard work, I'm pretty sure the program will only benefit from your there.
Can't wait. I'm stealing him. I have dibs on him.
You have me blushing right now. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to stop the recording now.